All right, here's an interesting story. Classroom confrontation in Phoenix, all caught on video, showing a substitute teacher throwing a student down on the ground. Now the altercation is causing quite a fuss. Watch this. So other students capturing all of this on their cell phones. Police are investigating, but so far no arrests have been made and no charges have been filed. But later the student admitted using a racial slur against the teacher before being pushed to the ground. Well, the student's mother having none of it, saying that whatever her son said is not the issue.
No one should ever put their hands on a child like that. It's unacceptable. I want to press charges. I want him arrested.
So was the teacher justified, or should he be locked up? Time to bring in our men's panel, Marco Soriano, Managing Director of SORIANO Group, a global investment firm, Ryan Reese, comedy writer, and Doug Burns, attorney. All right, Mr. Attorney. Racial slur lobbed at the teacher.
Right.
Teacher shoves the boy down, the 8th grader. Should he have charges pressed against him?
The slur alone would not legally justify using any kind of force or contact.
Really?
Yeah, because sticks and stones may break your bones, the old saying from when you're a kid. However, I read, Gretchen, in an article that the student may have shoved him. If that's true, underscore if, then that may change the landscape a little. I mean, generally speaking, teachers are to an extremely high standard and cannot use force against students in almost every instance, except, in my opinion, deadly force. And today you read stories and you hear about, guns and knives. That's different. But in this situation, I don't think the teacher was justified.
Okay. Do either of you disagree with that, Ryan or Marco?
Well, my perspective is, as an educator, having lectured at NYU University, dealing also with high school students, where there are times where their students could be altercate for different reasons. As an educator, he should have managed the situation differently. But it's also about the student and the traditional values that are being taught to him at school. Why is the student in the first place talking back to the professor, the teacher at the time?
Well, totally. And using a racial slur, right?
Well, my opinion as an idiot and a comedian, I need to say, is, well, this is the first time a substitute teacher has taught anyone a lesson.
Come on. Okay, now wait. I want to show you guys the opposite situation that happened in an Indiana school. There's now another fight under investigation and questions about why the teacher didn't get physically involved to stop this fight between a boy and a girl. Watch.
Stop it! Stop it! Kids, stop it! Let her go! Let her go!
All right, now, Doug, in this case, the boy is pummeling the girl, and you can see the teacher verbally trying to stop it. Apparently, those are the guidelines and the protocol at that school.
Well, the rule there, real simply, is generally, and everybody will jump on me at first, there's no duty to be a good Samaritan. However, a teacher has a contractual obligation, another obligation. So when a fight like that breaks out, in my opinion, legally, the teacher is under some obligation to try to break it up.
Really? What do you think, Marco?
I mean, I haven't been an educator, or there isn't anything in my contract that tells me that I have to break up fights when they occur, but we are educating children, so it is our job to teach them how to get along so that they can learn.
Well, here's the interesting thing. Apparently, there were 7 fights just like that at this school alone on that day. And by the way, that girl is going to be okay. I want to mention that. But teachers are put in an impossible situation in this day and age, Ryan, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely. And it was a terrible fight, but we need to decide what we want from the teachers, right? In this situation, we're mad because he did get physical. But then when teachers do get physical, we're like, oh, they're sleeping with the students.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. No doubt about it. No, seriously.
Well, that's to my point. Teachers can't win.
Right. Well, no, that's the whole thing. You're going to be second-guessed, like Ryan's suggesting, in either direction.
Well, I feel bad for that poor guy who was just standing there. He was more the victim.
Exactly.
He was screaming for
he was
help.
You can mediate. There are ways of mediating situations like that. I had myself lecturing high schoolers in issues like this, and I had to just go to the higher directors and just tell them what the situation was.
Well, I don't know if verbally saying something helps when the guy's pummeling the girl right at that moment in time. But anyway, tough job for teachers in this day and age. Gentlemen, thank you.